What's going on, everybody? Jeremiah here from Babylon Backyard, a pond and gardening channel full of informative and how-to videos. In today's video, we're going to add to our aquaponics system. So we've got a closed-loop aquaponics system here that we're adding this bed to. I previously had this section, and now we're added this one. Let's not mess around. Let's go ahead and jump straight into building the frame for this. Since I've shown this part of the build previously in another video, I'm not going to go into a lot of details on the framing around the barrel or the legs themselves. I'll just speed through this part so you can get to the connection. Now that I have the frame built around the barrel, it's time to measure the lengths of the legs for this bed. The legs are L-shaped, one being longer than the other because one will be flush with the top and the other one will be supporting underneath. The lengths for this one are about 34 inches, so the other one will be just a 2x shorter than that. Now I'll get the legs attached. I'm now installing the board that goes across the legs. This will help square the legs up. It's also what my support is going to be attached to that supports the belly of the barrel. Alright, so now that we've got this thing all leveled out, we're going to use this board here to support the underneath side of this barrel. So I don't want the barrel to rely on the screws that are up here holding this thing in. The screws will be holding it in place up top, but this being supported makes sure that the weight is supported with the frame instead of with those screws. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is we're going to use these Uni-Seals. If you're not familiar with Uni-Seals, I do have another video, check that up in the corner above. But for this, we're going to act as if you already know everything about these things. Again, if you don't, check it out. Okay, this is a previously used barrel for aquaponics. I've had this Uni-Seal in here before. The hole is drilled to the appropriate size, and so this thing is going to just get stuck in here just like this. So the next thing we gotta do is take our pipe. For me, my pipe is 15 inches long. It's got to stick down just a little below, and it's going to be below the surface a certain distance. Important, you have to get that chamfer on there. Talk about this a lot in the Uni-Seal video. And you need some oil, just any sort of natural oil that's not harmful. You don't need a lot, you just need to get a little bit on the nose of this thing here so that you don't tear or rip that rubber on the Uni-Seal. So all I do now is just force this down in there, and it presses up against the wall and seals everything off. The next thing I'm going to do is use my level there to check my height. I want to make sure that I'm a good 1.25 inches down. I think that should be good right there. Alright, so the next thing I gotta do is take the raft that I currently have built and put it onto here, and then start reversing the plumbing from this one to this one. And the reason that I'm doing the reverse plumbing is so that these rafts are going to be interchangeable, so I want the location of this cutout to be the same on all of the rafts so that I can put any of them anywhere and not have to worry about this one belongs to this, need a different one for this one. I don't want that. I want to be able to interchange them. Now that I have the raft not here and it's on the new bed, I am going to have an elbow that's dipping into here, and then I need another elbow kicking off down below and connecting over to the 2-inch drain on this one. But first things first, we're going to just get these two connected off together. Okay, I now have this little guy built up, so it's just gonna be sitting there like that. Keep in mind that this is lower than that. Top of this barrel to that is 1.5 inches. And from this step to the top of this pipe is also 1.5 inches. So the drain is going to be lower, just barely, than this drain over here. The thing I gotta do is connect this guy down here with a elbow and a reducer to 1 inch. So there we have it. So now I just have to run a 1-inch line from here across and under this board, and then up and over to the elbow up top. All right. All of this plumbing's done. If you can look under here, you can see that the line is draining and coming back up to drain into the second bed. So what I'm going to do now, since this bed is actually empty, is I'm going to add water to this so it drains into here, draining into here, filling this until it starts draining into the tank below. Okay, so now we've got this draining into here. You can see it's draining in there, and now that's draining there, and I can hear it draining here. So let's just shoot that real quick. Last time when I was growing on this raft, it was BokChoy only, and the BokChoy did really good in this method with that gap, that air gap between the bottom and the water. There's a gap about yay big. The air allows for the roots to kick off and grab the air, but then the longer roots stick down in the water and they're collecting water, so it's getting both. And the BokChoy did really well. When I introduced different plants, because in this one I have kale and spinach and different lettuces and arugula and cilantro, so I've got a variety of stuff going on right now. I noticed that some of the plants, especially these lettuces, were not doing as well, so I decided I would go ahead and introduce oxygen. So I already have the pumps running from these other pumps. I just teed off and came over here and put in a valve that I already had, and then I have that split off. In here I have a stone from just trying to do aquaponics before, so the stone is in here, and then I just open that valve, and then I've got 2 stones in here, and I just open that valve, and now there's a lot of oxygen happening within here. I have noticed a difference. The plants are doing really well. This is 4 weeks right here. Some of these for 4 weeks are pretty piddly, but the root systems are really small still. And it's okay because I'm not going to harvest all of my cilantro at the same time. This cilantro plant is doing really well. By the time that this one is doing well, that one will be eaten already. Arugula is doing decent, and I'll keep picking at those. I got more BokChoy in this one as well. So the drain is running now and just cycling through from here, overflow into this one. It drains in, up and over and into this one, and then it's draining currently into this one. The next step will be adding another bed over here, and that one's going to be a flood drain bed, so make sure you like and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss that. Hopefully you guys liked this video, and if you did, make sure you give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any of the wonderful videos that we do, including the continuation of this aquaponics closed loop. So we still got to add a flood drain bed to the end of this. We will be adding vertical growing soon. We're going to be putting some strawberries and horizontal growing on this side of the greenhouse. We've got a lot of great things coming, so subscribe to the channel. And for now, check out one of these other videos that we have. We'll see you in one of these other videos.